Hey, and welcome to Turo Fitness Podcast, a podcast for people who want to get no BS information about fitness and know that fitness is about so much more than losing scale weight. It's about feeling confident in your skin and empowered in your life. I'm your host, Turo Virta, personal trainer, strength and nutrition coach, and most of all, a husband of my beautiful wife, Miriam. Each week, my guests and me will give you some no BS fitness tips and motivate you to take action in your own personal fitness journey as we talk about nutrition, exercise, mindset, personal development, and executing in life with enjoyable but still effective strategies. If your goal is to look better, feel and be strong and experience transformation from inside out, you, my friend, are in the right place. Thank you for jumping in, and now let's jump into today's episode. Good. So welcome to Turo Fitness Podcast. So today's episode, I'm going to talk about how eating less is going to make you weigh more. And this is something, it sounds very controversial, but I'm going to explain you why that often happens, or why it's almost always happening. And we are going to discuss about often ignored part of that weight management, and it's called reverse dieting. It's something what I have, in the beginning of my coaching career, I wasn't really big believer of it. I was aware of it, but I didn't know actually what it actually means. And now with working with hundreds of people, it's something that I almost always recommend for someone to at least to do at some point to start, like at least to consider. It's not necessary to do, like I have had in my podcast episodes earlier with, for example, with Jordan Lips, we had a good talk when to use it, how to use it. And it's not, I tell it in the beginning, it's not necessary. It's not that you have to do it, but it's just one way, one strategy to how to actually do it. And today, in today's episode, you will learn how to actually do it, why to do it, and when is the right time to do it, and what are expectations, what are realistic expectations, what you are going to have. So what is if you think like that, what is that weight regain problem? So what is the most, if you look latest statistics, there's over 90% of diets. The problem is that losing weight, all diets are working. You are able to lose weight. The problem is that maintaining it. So over 90% of diets are failing. So people are very good at losing weight, but very bad at maintaining it. And this is kind of that reverse dieting is helping you, especially if you have been longer period of time in a diet, and then it's kind of phase from going from losing weight to trying to maintain that weight. And it's not, you could be going there from kind of fat loss phase. If we talk like a little bit in the fitness language, it's going straight from fat loss phase to maintenance phase. But there is a reverse dieting is kind of in between those phases. And this is something what I'm very, very passionate and going to explain you how to actually do it. So what is that concept of reverse dieting? So basically it means, in shortly explain, let's say that you are trying to lose weight. So you know that probably that you have to be in a calorie deficit. So you are eating less calories than your body needs. And then when you are trying to maintain your calories, you are eating same amount of calories than your body needs. So you are maintaining. But often what happens is that phase between that you are, let's say that your maintenance calories, I just give a little bit examples. Your maintenance calories should be 1,500. You have been in eating, you have went for some reason, let's say that you have been eating 1,200, 1,300 calories, and now you are trying to go back to maintenance. Maybe you are someone in situation that you have been trying to lose weight for already for months. Like I'm talking now over 3 to 4 months and, or even longer years. And then you are going to back, you have maybe you have been overweight in your life and you have been able to lose weight. And now you are really scared kind of eating more and adding adding, because you are scared that you are going to gain that all weight back what you have lost in earlier. And the concept of reverse dieting is basically that you are increasing your calories like week by week or month by month. And no, I would say week by week. So it's instead of going overnight, like let's say that you have been eating 1,200 calories, your maintenance calories should be 2,000, that you have basically two options. You could be increasing those calories overnight, going for 2,000, or other option is using that reverse dieting. And that would mean that you are increasing those calories just week by week and going slowly, step by step onto that your maintenance calories. And this is why most of the people, they are going to like they don't think that they are just think that now you are on diet and you are losing weight, but then you don't think that how the hell you just think that how you are going to lose it, but you are not actually thinking how you are going to maintain it. And this is just the one strategy how to actually reverse dieting, is that learning to what you are doing after the diet. And this is what we are going to talk today. So what is first of all, and what I already mentioned a little bit earlier, it's a little bit physiology, how to say physiology, like that kind of your beliefs and identity. So if you are someone who is maybe your identity is that you are a dieter, so you are basically, you have been already for a longer time, you are kind of not happy where you are trying to lose weight, and you are seeing yourself as a dieter, and then it's if you don't believe that you maybe, or you are believing that you are very good at, you know how to lose weight, but then you don't believe that you have those old beliefs that if I do keto, I will lose weight, for example. And then if you are going to go, you think that, but soon as that keto or that diet is over, you are going to gain it or regain it. And if you think that I can't have, you have those kind of maybe some forbidden foods, what you are not allowed to eat, or you are going to gain all weight. And with reverse dieting, it's kind of that you start using different identity, and it's giving you more like kind of scientific approach and thinking like that. What is if your identity is that you are believing, you are seeing that it's not, you are not going to actually gain fat, because it's if you have been eating, you are increasing those calories gradually. It helps you to build a little bit better identity and a better, like, higher belief that you can actually do it. So and these are all strategies, like because this is always where I start, like that you have to start from your identity, and those are kind of roots. What are, like, let's say that you are seeing a big tree, beautiful tree with the leaves, and those roots are your identity, and they are, when you start from there building those roots, then that everything else, that visual part, what everybody's seeing, that's going to change everything. And but I'm not going to go deeper in this episode for those beliefs and identity. I do teach that in my coaching programs, in my Be Sustainable Beast program, what is, by the way, it's closed at the moment when I'm recording this, but there is a wait list in my website where you can sign up. But this is not about promoting my coaching programs, just telling you a little bit information, like giving you ideas from where it might be coming. So this is what I see from most people is the hardest part, especially if you have let's say you have a lot of weight to lose, and you are, let's say you have 100 pounds or 20 kilos or whatever big amount of weight to lose, and now let's say that you are halfway, you have still some weight to lose, but you are not in your goal yet, and this in the meantime, you can't, like, we would ideally, we are thinking that you would like to just go deficit until you hit your goal weight. But our bodies are so good at adapting. So we have to use kind of breaks, like was it same thing with if you think running, if you haven't been running for a while, it's first in the beginning, it's hard, it's working, you are improving. But if you don't do anything, you don't run faster, you don't run longer, your body is becoming more effective. And it's same thing with the dieting. If you don't change anything, you keep going exactly the same way, your body is going to adapt and your metabolism is going to adapt. And that's why we need to kind of be smarter than our bodies and use these kind of strategies like reverse dieting to avoid those plateaus and get out of that plateau, and so that you make progress, you are able to lose fat also later on. So it was the actual goal, that what all people want, that you reach your weight loss goal and you are happy with your body, and then you are able to maintain. So this is kind of that approach what you want. So, and if you have never practiced, let's say that you have a lot of weight to lose, you are not in your goal body weight yet, but if you never practice how you are actually going to maintain your weight before you are actually in that goal, how the hell you are going to be, how you are going to learn then in let's say that in 3 years, 2 years, you hit your goal body weight and you have never practiced how to actually maintain, how you are going to do it. So this is kind of shifting that perspective of thinking that this is a lifelong journey, and you are going to actually, you have possibility to learn it all the time. And even it takes a little bit longer, you are in a lot better place when you have practiced that before you hit that your goal. So if you think that what is then what matters, like in your weight loss journey, it's like thinking like all ingredients, like what you are going to do, like that if you are your weight loss, like it's like kind of cake, like this fitness journey, that you have that topping, you have there like 1, 2, 3, 4 slices, maybe in between something. And in your fitness journey, there is like, or in a cake, you have a receipt, there is coming all those kind of ingredients. And in your fitness journey, there is your workouts, there is your sleep, there is your nutrition, there is daily walking, there is hydration. They are all kind of important things. And if you miss one of those or two, maybe one or two things you don't mind, you don't even recognize, like in a cake, you don't understand or you don't maybe taste so much difference. But in fitness, they are all important. And this is kind of like in that fitness journey, that reverse dieting and using those different kind of phases, they are important and they actually matters. So what is then reverse dieting? Maybe you have heard already something. And what are the most common fears? So fears, what I hear all the time is that you are like I mentioned, you are going to gain all weight back. So what is that? The reality is that what is realistic expectations when you are actually starting? It's expectations that you are going to gain some scale weight in the beginning, but it's not going to be fat. And why you are going to gain? Like, let's say that you have been eating very little calories, you suddenly start to eat more. So when you have more food in your stomach, you are maybe eating a little bit more carbs or sodium or foods which are holding a little bit more water in your body. So your body, you are going to gain, you're going to see the difference on the scale because you simply have more food in your stomach, more water in your body. But then when time is passing, usually it takes around 10 to 14 days that weight should be going down again, that you should actually start when if you are still in a deficit, that weight should start to go down. And why that reverse dieting is so beneficial? When you actually start eating at some point a little bit more, you are going to, your metabolism is going to adapt, because if you have been eating little all the time, just because it's a losing strategy in a long term. If your only goal is that you need to eat less, you need to reduce your calories, then you hit the plateau. What you are going to do, you are going to either move more or eat even less. And at some point, it's going to be so little calories. It's going to be so much movement that you are not able to do it. And then it's time when you are binging, you are overeating. And that's the time when you are going to tell that, fuck it, it's too hard. I'm not able to make it. I don't have willpower. But when you are using these kind of tools like reverse dieting, you are actually gradually eating more calories, and your metabolism is also adapting. Because if you only way you are doing it, you are always only restricting. It's your metabolism is adapting. Like I used in an example of running example. If you start to do it every single day, going for running or walking, in the beginning, it's hard, but our bodies are so good at adapting. And it's same thing with metabolism. And reverse dieting it's kind of like, if you think it in a running, that you are going to do some maybe sprints, run faster, run longer, or take some easier days. It helps your body is going to respond and do actually better. And as a response for this, you are going to see better results than doing exactly the same thing over a long period of time. So it's kind of same thing with dieting than with the practices. You have to change some things around, or otherwise you won't be able to see progress forever. So what is then calories in, calories out? Is it a myth? This is something what I have seen with many clients, that they are coming to me, they are telling me that they have been eating, let's say 1,200, 1,300 calories, when maintenance calories should be, let's say 1,000 higher, and they are not losing weight. Why that is happening? There is a little bit, the reason could be that your metabolism, like I said, it have adapted a little bit, but it have never adapted 1,000 calories below. What is by far the most common reason is that your energy levels are so low. So you are not moving. Maybe if you don't think only steps, there are so many things what affect like that, how much you are using your hands while you are talking, how much you are doing just some facial impressions. So all those kind of things, they need a lot more energy. And when you don't give to your body enough energy, you are, without even noticing, you are doing those things less, and your body needs less calories. So you are actually not in a calorie deficit, even you think you are, or then you are eating very little calories. What happens, what I see very often, it's usually from Monday to Thursday, very little calories. And then it's coming that weekend, and then it's maybe 1 day, 2 days, you are eating way too much or a lot, or you don't track so accurately. And that is that 1 day when you are actually going a lot more, you are eating a lot more than you should. And in the overall end of the week, you are actually not that big of deficit as you think. And that's why that calorie deficit always working. But what is that? And what other thing is with that reverse dieting, how it's helping? It's that kind of pinch and restrict cycle. So when you are starting to add more food. So this was one of the examples. I think it's my Turo Fitness podcast episode 49. I had it with Sylvia. So Sylvia had consistently was pinching. And when we started to add her calories, she started to reduce pinches. She didn't, obviously they are not going away completely, but there was a lot less. And now, after long period of time, after a year or two, she have got rid of all those binge eating and restriction cycles. So when you are, instead of aiming to eat very little, restrict way too much, if you don't even try, you try to restrict a bit less, you are allowed to eat a little bit more. In the long term, you are going to eat a lot less calories than if you go way too low, and then there is coming the big overeating or binge. So when you set your goals, like lower your expectations, even how hard you want to lose the weight in the moment. But when you start adding calories and not even trying to go, because if you keep binge eating, it doesn't matter, or overeating. If you keep overeating, it doesn't matter what kind of results you are going to get, because if that habit is still staying, it's only a matter of time before you are going to gain everything back. So rather you go higher calories, start eating more, seeing maybe a little bit less results in the beginning. But when you are getting those results, you are able to maintain those results for life. And this is what is the biggest advantage of reverse dieting, that you are actually allowed to eat more. And this is kind of a reversed idea with reverse dieting, is that you are kind of trying to find the highest amount of calories that you are able to eat without actually gaining unnecessary, unwanted fat. And that is something like that. What I did with a couple of my clients who have been years kind of yo-yo dieting, and Sylvia said, there was Lucas, Skylar. What I can just name a couple of you. There is a couple in my podcast episodes who I have recorded podcast episode. But if you think it that this is when you are actually, you are not going to feel like what happens often when you have been the only way you have restricted very little your hunger hormones. They are not there. You don't feel hunger that much. And then it can be really hard to eat that much of food, what you should be eating, especially if you are eating mostly healthy. And then questions like that, if I'm not hungry, do I need to eat more? In normal cases, my answer would be no. But for those people who have been eating very little and need that energy, because if you don't hit your calorie targets, if your body doesn't get the amount of calories it should need, you can't trust your hunger hormones. You can't trust your fullness cues. You have to eat a little bit more so that your body gets that energy. Because if you don't give that energy, it's not going to, your body will never understand that there is actually more energy available. And then when you keep adding those calories, you are gathering that data. You start to feel that, okay, now you have more energy. You are maybe making more progress. And making sure while you are doing this, that it's not that your scale weight, it should not go more than, you should not gain weight more than half kilo per week. So it's around 1 pound per week on average, your average weight. So what is that? What is average weight? So basically you weigh yourself every single day and take only average weight per week. And from that amount should not go higher, because if it start to go, well, you start to gain more than 1 pound or half kilo per week, then you are already eating too many calories. So then it's time to adjust the amount of calories. And this is very, very challenging approach. I have to say that this is something if you listen all podcast episodes, you might have all the time so many insecurities, so many questions. So if you feel like that you are in a situation that you consider starting reverse dieting, you know kind of that you should be eating more, I highly recommend to work with somebody or get some support from some person who knows what they have been doing, what they are doing, who knows, who have been, maybe they have worked with some people like, okay, I have to, and of course it don't have to be me. I obviously would love that you trust me that much, that the person would be me, but just I have went with so many women and men through that process, and you have so many questions, you have so many insecurities, but it's basically when you have enough data, you are adjusting, making sustainable adjustments, and then you know where to data point what you should be looking, and then it will be only a matter of time that it will actually work. And this is kind of that mindset shift, what I told in the beginning, that you change that identity. Maybe you find some new things, that it's not like Sylvia said that her biggest, like she was literally almost crying when she said that she always thought that restriction is the only way to make progress. And when you get those beliefs, you get out of that identity and you have changed your beliefs, everything starts to change. And that is that biggest realization for most of the people, is that you can and you are making lot more progress when you are actually changing the diet. You allow yourself, you have courage to eat more, do the right things. And it's not often, it's a lot easier. Like that mentally, it's like the most successful people who have been using reverse dieting, who have been losing a lot of weight and being able to maintain it for longer. What they all tell after it have happened, that this was actually a lot easier than I thought. I just made it so complicated. I was so hard for myself. And when you start to make those shifts, you start to believe that it's actually working. There is a different approach than what you have probably always trying. And this is the hardest thing, is that because we are very good when maybe we have some belief, we have some thought that this is the way, maybe through your own experience, that you have been able to lose weight, like I said in the beginning, with keto or something. And then now you think that this is the only way. I just have to have more willpower. I just have to have more this and that, or more time, or whatever, that I'm able to maintain it. But when you start to see that you don't need it, you can make success, you can have success even in the busiest time of your life. When you focus on those simple, actionable things, what you probably already know, but you haven't been able to make them your lifestyle and being consistent with them. And this is how you change your mindset, that majority of time you should be in that mindset of maintaining your weight, not trying to lose weight, because fat loss is a phase. It's meant to be for a short time, 3 to 4 months, I would say, for most people. If you haven't been on diet for a longer period of time, you have a lot of weight to lose. It might be longer, especially if you are not in a plateau, but as soon as you start to hit plateau, and for most people, 3 to 4 months is the maximum amount you should be in a deficit, because fat loss is a phase, it's not a lifestyle. And when you start to understand it, that maintenance is where you should be, and reverse dieting might be the way that you want to practice how to actually get there, and then you start to change that mindset. And this is how you make that everything so much easier, not only for yourself, but everybody around you, and that you don't need to think food all the time, and you allow yourself to have you are going to feel so much better when you allow yourself to fuel your body how it needs it, how your body needs it, and allowing to take those diet breaks what are necessary to maintain your results. So this was a podcast episode from this week, and I will put some other podcast episodes if you are interested for reverse dieting, what I have recorded. And if you need any help, I will put my coaching application. It's in all my social media bios, and I will put it in my show notes. So thank you for listening, and talk to you soon again.
Hold up, friend. Do you love Turo Fitness podcast? If so, the best way to say thank you is to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review on iTunes. I know every podcaster wants you to leave a review, but it's because those reviews help the podcast to reach more people. I truly want to know what you think, and if this particular episode resonated with you, would you also please share it? Either send a link to someone who you think will find it valuable, or take a screenshot and post it into your social media and tell your friends and family why they should listen it. Make sure you tag me so I can hear your feedback and give you a little love. And if you aren't already following me on Instagram or TikTok, that's the perfect time to hit that follow button. Thank you for being here and listening to Turo Fitness podcast.